Hey guys, it's Green Zero back here once again for another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. We have Nicesir's 1v1 random only tournament semi-final B here for you. If you've already watched semi-final A, then you already know who's into the grand final. Whoever wins here will also join them. Don't worry, I will not spoil that in case you haven't watched that video first. So go ahead and head on over to my channel and watch semi-final A. This is semi-final B, best of 5 series. On the right hand side, playing as the GDI force, we have, I forgot to check the colours. It's Futurama, that's right, Pastorama here, and he's been dealt some type of GDI faction, possibly Zocom or GDI, yes, Zocom, and his ally, his opponent is Lidoon, who put his refinery backwards. Well done, that's a fantastic start there. Oh my god, he's going to lose his scout. So it's a Zocom mirror. Lidoon, just a bit antsy in his pantsy here. So if we have a quick recap of what these guys have done so far. Futurama Russian still in the tournament here. He beat in the round of 32 JWAD 2-0. And then in the round of 16, what an incredible upset this was. Master Leaf was felled. He 2-1'd Master Leaf. Well done, that's a huge upset. And then 3-0 versus Antarctica, aka Eclipse, in the round of 8. Meanwhile, his opponent here did have a free win in the first round, so free win to Lidoon, but then he defeated Panda 2-0 and also defeated Space 5-Pace 3-1. So Lidoon has a few hundred games under his belt from what I can see. He's a player I'm not too familiar with, not sure what his full backstory is, but I mean, he's gotten this far. Aside from that extremely panicked ref placement, he has defeated 2 players which are capable. I mean, Panda will usually thrash around a fair bit, but beating Space is notable. Have to see how this series goes. It's a best of 5, so look at that. Futurama Russian, obviously, in my opinion, Futurama Russian, at this point in the tournament, if you guys know who's left, is looking prime for a Futurama victory here. I mean, he could, if he gets into the grand final, I mean, he's got such a good chance of winning this tournament now. It's going to be so intense. I mean, I would have loved to have cast this live, of course, but unfortunately unable to do so. Futurama just expanding there. Into my fancy camera angles here. It's a Zocom mirror, so don't expect too much rushing or anything like that. Lidoon has his eyes on the south tib field. Futurama Russian, he'll be securing that north field, so sharing is caring. No pitbulls. Look at that Lidoon. I was going to say, I thought that was going to the blue tib field, but no, it is just trying to get back into this awkwardly placed refinery. He's got scouts on Futurama Russian, knows if there's any combat units coming out of that war factory. Look at that. Another squad there for Lidoon. They've got full eyes on what's happening here. Futurama Russian taking a swing at that harvester there. Lidoon, I was going to say, I thought Lidoon was going to come down and take a swing at Futurama, but those peoples were to defend off the rocket harvest there. Didn't fill up on Blue Tiberium. Meanwhile, Futurama Russian has 95% of his tank shockers with the blue cheddar. He's going to be looking forward to that. Scouts here as well. These guys loving the foxholes, keeping their vision nice and crispy clean from both sides, but it's just going to be an economic game. Couple of pitbulls, you know, playing footsies in the middle of the map, so Lidoon seems to be on the wrong side. So does Futurama, so they've just traded sides. I think he's going to be able to run that one down maybe. He gets another shot off. That's rear armor. Doesn't put it into heavy damage mode, so it's actually going to move away. Look at that. I mean, he really can't escape at this point. He's kind of committed. Few other battle markers going off, but we know those are just the rifleman squads. Lidoon going to get into the expansion. He's going to see there's a double ref there. He's going to be fine with that. Double war factory came down before a double refinery, which means Lidoon will have greater unit production prior to that of Futurama Russian, but Futurama Russian's economy will be looking pretty swanky. You know, it's a pretty long rush distance, especially if you consider from expansion to expansion. It's pretty much as long as it gets on this map. Predator tanks coming out now. I think Futurama Russian just wants something a little bit more durable. I mean, pitbulls do not enjoy going into Predator tanks, that's for sure. It's not something they're fond of. AP ammo on the way. Infantry coming down now for Futurama Russian. He is going to be going for some infantry units here. What does Lidoon have planned? Double pit production here. He's going for these double pits. He's got this field covered. He's going to be able to take the blue tib. There's not much blue tib there, though. Futurama has really just run that out. He didn't actually send his harvester back either, so he's actually only taken one load and then just left it, deciding that's not good. He's actually gone out of the south fields. Look at that. Futurama Russian is always got his harvesters right where Lidoon is not. Going to be a bit disappointed with that one there. A few rocket squads and infantry units up here. They're going to be moved out. We have the aircraft coming down now from Futurama, so we have just one war factory, but infantry upgrades are done. A couple of Predator tanks and aircraft coming down now. Very common to see this happen from Zocon players. Look at that. Only one V35 lands. So all the infantry aside from one squad actually destroyed. That's a bit wasteful because in the GDI Airborne, it's one of those call-in abilities which is really worthwhile in terms of its cost. I mean, you get a veteran seal on them as well. They're actually going to get run down by the rifleman squad. They're shooting him in the back. Does he have AP ammo? He's going for his own infantry upgrades, which are now completed. AP ammo only just starting. Now, there's a window. There is a window opportunity here for Futurama Russian where he's not going to be up against AP ammo, but you know what? He hasn't actually moved any units across the map. Has some units here. That harvester, again, comes up here, no tib, but he finds plenty of rocket squads. Gonna have to back off. He should be able to get away. He's got the speed there, that's fine. Pitbulls here, Futurama gonna want to deploy before they make a move. He's just gonna back off now. It's going to be harder. Marv comes down. Wow, Futurama Russian Firehawks with Stratified. No ceramic armor done just yet. Doesn't really need it right just yet. Not a lot of AA. Can be hard to defend it out. Oh, there's a few zone shatterers here. Those infantry units aren't going to be too fond of that. I mean, they can absorb one shot but with the upgrade, but I mean, there's 3 shatterers here. And he's just going to mince me that. Lidoon actually has a force here. There's 4 shatterer tanks, infantry, and predators. That actually could be difficult to get rid of. I mean, you got to remember, yeah, he's going for a Marv. He knows about the Marv, but I mean, if he still has the armory down, that first sonic shot, not too effective. He will spot out the files. Can he take one out straight away? Oh my god, he's going to stratify her up. He will get them away. Those harvesters are not bugged. They're just waiting. And I'm not sure if you guys can hear my dishwasher going off. Hopefully my mic is actually preventing you guys from hearing that. Oh, this is a really dangerous looking army from him. He's got a very dangerous looking army. He's going to need a sonic emitter like to help deal with this. He's got AP ammo towers. He doesn't have a sonic emitter queued. Oh my god, we're going to see a pretty crazy engagement. He could just lose the MCV straight up. The sonic emitters, you'd want them to shoot at the MCV and do as much damage as possible. He could use the overcharge beam here. Futurama Russian in so much trouble right now, and he will be focusing that down. Almost certainly going to lose the MCV. It is destroyed, and I pushed the wrong button. I meant to zoom back out, but I pushed the reset button. And again, these sonic emitters, they can use that sonic shot. What are those Firehawks doing? They're flying over the top. I think they were shooting down some hammerheads or something that was along the lines there. The Marv is here. No garrisons. Lidoon is tearing into the defenses here of Futurama Russian. Very soon, it's just going to be the Marv. That's all that remains here. So the Marv is now having to back up. He's getting attacked. Lidoon is on the push here. We can see nothing else is happening on the map. It's just this one attack. No garrison in the Marv now. And all of a sudden, all the defending units of Futurama have been destroyed. So this army can turn its sights now on destroying the Marv, and he's actually going to come in. He's going to start dropping these buildings. These buildings really have no chance now. He's just going to drop the whole lot down, trying to get the engineers out to get into the Marv. He's not going to be able to get them into the Marv. He's going to lose the engineer facility. He's trying to get the zone serrated squad, and he gets it in there. That's going to be beneficial. He's got some splash damage now. He might be okay. Firehawks, unfortunately, were rallied here. All one Firehawk destroyed. That one is going to be okay. There's actually only one left. So Lidoon, wow, he just went in there and he just removed Futurama's base from the center there. He's still pushing. I don't think he quite has enough now. He might just want to regroup. If I was Lidoon, you know, you've done a tremendous amount of damage. You've pushed the MC back. He's going to keep pushing. I don't know about this. He doesn't quite have enough here. I don't think he doesn't have enough forces left. He should have just regrouped, in my opinion. But Futurama Russian is backing up. Just remember, he cannot repair the Marv, by the way. There's no engineer garrisons there. Inside the Marv, Lidoon, on the other hand, does have an MCV at the main. Is that an MCV? I'm not 100% sure. We have grenaders here. No EMP grenades, but doesn't really need them. Still firing at the Marv again. The Marv is veteran. Look at that. He's got a veteran seal on the Marv. We'll be taking that down. Is that? No, that's actually a barracks. Is he all in? Oh my god, Lidoon doesn't have an MCV. I don't believe he has an MCV. Did he just all in Futurama off one base? That's going to be pretty crazy if he did. Futurama has some towers here now to help thin the infantry down, because the infantry is really what's causing the problem. Lidoon, oh my god, this guy is really pushing Futurama back into the depths of his base. These towers here not going to be able to do too much against these sonic emitters, and the sonic emitters just started. He's using the overcharge beam there. You can see a few of them use the overcharge beam. That does a tremendous amount of damage, but it does power the sonic emitter down for a while. What you can do, you can fire its main weapon and instantly fire the overload beam for basically a double shot, and again, the overload beam does even more damage than the regular beam. But yeah, he's just going to, I mean, again, he probably should have regrouped a little bit sooner. This MCV from Futurama. Okay, Futurama has an MCV up here. I'm not sure why. Lidoon, again, he may have, did he lose his MCV or did he sell it? I'm not 100% sure, but it is gone. I doubt it could have been bombed out of the game, because Futurama never really had enough Firehawks for that. to really do that. I mean, the Fire Spirit's gone. He's going to attack in here, but the Marv does have a War Factory. There is some APM units here. Again, Lidoon just lacking in numbers here. Doesn't quite have enough to push in there. And another MCV from Futurama Russia. Now, this is the thing here. Lidoon needs to regroup his forces all together. Easily. Oh my god, the MCV cannot deploy on that ground there. That is steep ground. He has to back up. He's forced him back. Had to deploy on the high ground. You see, there is a dip all the way down to this bottom area here. He won't be able to deploy anywhere near there. Harvest is flying over the blue tip. Lidoon. Now Lidoon's on the one. He's on the retreat. Futurama is starting to reclaim some of the areas. But Lidoon is not done. He has quite a sizable force. If the Marv is caught out, he will be fine. Those Sonic emitters still fire. He's actually used Zone Shatterers incredibly effectively in this game. I mean, it's a matchup where the Zone Shatterers can actually be quite effective. I think they seem to be the most effective when you're fighting other GDI factions. Scan comes down, sees that, hey, there's just a barracks here. He's building rifleman squads, and he's going to try to attack the Marv. The Marv is the problem because the Marv just has so much health. He can easily pick off the remnants of these forces down here from Futurama, but he has nothing else to follow up in that. Look at that one Sonic shot. Takes all these guys down to 80% of their health and then just flatlines them straight away. So, I mean, he doesn't even need Rifleman Squad right now. He can just destroy most of them. So many towers coming down because we know he has at least 2 MCVs. Predator tanks, like, we don't really care about those. We're just going to destroy them anyway. The Marv is still here, and the Marv can Marvest. You know, the Marv can Marvest at the end of the day. Lidoon is burnt out. He has burnt out. He's got an MCV, but... oh my god, he's still got that MCV there. Does he not see that there? Lidoon knows it's there. He can see it. Maybe he hasn't noticed it on the radar. It might be something he's not expecting to see, obviously. And now he's Marvesting the center field. Futurama getting some much needed cash boosts here. These remnants or forces being cleaned up, and he's moving one of his MCVs directly across the map now, using the Marvest equipment here to put down more towers. And Lidoon has no time. He has no time whatsoever. He's actually going to try to engineer cap this MCV. Will it work? It's going to be whether or not Futurama is actually paying attention to this. Futurama now has, with the Marv there, if he can dislodge the Marv, then yeah, he can hold. But no, look at that. He sees that. He captures it. He doesn't have EMP grenades. He's going for Zorkas. Oh my god. I mean, he needs something. He's got a lot of infantry. He can hold off the infantry from Futurama, you know, because he's got rifleman squads with fully upgraded. He can power these guys down. He needs something to deal with these towers, and he needs something to do with the Marv. That's his big problem down here now. All spikes are still intact, by the way. Everyone still holds all their spikes, but Lidoon, oh my god, he must be like he's on the ropes now. He must be really feeling it. I mean, he was in such a terrific position. I think, yeah, the lack of regrouping after he pushed Futurama back to his main or his expansion, the lack of regrouping may have done it. If he just took 20-30 seconds to regroup and pull all his reinforcements in, he would have had enough to punch through. But now Futurama's base is hollow. Don't get me wrong, it's hollow. There's no tech center. It's very hollow, actually. Oh my god, it's so hollow. He's got a ref down here. Oh, look at this. Lidoon's like, hey, hello, how you doing, buddy? Unfortunately, not. He could just destroy the refinery. Where's he going? What's he doing? He's going to target the Marv. Oh my god, that's so much damage. And he can't shoot them down. They have ceramic armor on them. They're like flying freaking tanks. Oh my god, he just placed down a ton. This is a problem. Well, there's a lot of infantry here all of a sudden. Oh, Lidoon's like, that's it. I can't take. You know what? If he got another strike on the Marv, he could have destroyed it, but now there is a ton of infantry. So the thing about Zorkas is, yeah, they can output a ton of damage. Lidoon, I mean, yeah, again, he might have been able to take out the Marv in another strike, but yeah, there's so much infantry there. I can't believe, for some reason, I just really wanted Lidoon to win that game. He just played so well, but Futurama, he withstood it. He fought, he retreated, he fought, he retreated, and he kept retreating all the way back, and then Lidoon overcommitted at the end, and then all of a sudden, the game flipped, and Lidoon's fighting and retreating and fighting and retreating and fighting and retreating. But yeah, wow, that was a really good game. $10,000 more for Futurama Russian there. But yeah, what a good game. That was a really good start to the series. I can't wait to see how the rest of the series goes. We have game number 2 coming up right now. Okay guys, welcome to game number 2 in semi-final B of Nicesir's 1v1 random only tournament. We are on Tournament Odyssey here. Futurama Russian holds a 1-0 lead in the series. Thankfully, lucky for him though, Lidoon really put some serious pressure on. If we go over the left-hand side here, playing as the Nod faction, because I didn't check the colors and it's a random mirror. Come on, Lidoon as marked of Kane. So Lidoon is marked of Kane. Futurama Russian sticking with the cyan. I love it when they stay the same colors because It means I have to change that on the scoreboard. He is going to be a Nod faction as well. Mock, we have a Mock mirror. It is a Moke mirror. Mocha. Both spikes now being secured by the Lidoon. And meanwhile, Futurama Russian does have quite a tough opponent on his hand. I mean, Futurama Russian, you got to look at his history again in this tournament. Oh my god, he's done, I mean, just knocking off Master Leaf alone was his huge hurdle. He's got past it, so he'd be hoping not to fall to Lidoon, who's making a pretty big name for himself in this particular tournament. Anyway, that was a real, like the strategy here, the push he put together was so powerful and so well done. But we have Raider Buggies coming out here from Lidoon now, and bikes to follow that up. Futurama Russian bypass the Raider Buggy, I believe. Yeah, he's got some squads there. Will EMP, and this will delay the Raider Scout. Not only that, he can actually take some, he can put some hull damage onto the Raider Scout as well. This Raider Scout's actually taking a lot of damage. Yeah, he may have to pull that back, and again, he actually denies scouting with just one squad. There is another squad over here, but it gets destroyed. So he's not going to be able to see what Futurama is doing. We know that Futurama has some bikes out. The bikes are coming straight down the center, so Lidoon can probably see them right about now. But does he still have his bikes at home? That's the question. No, he's got a Raider Buggy at home. There's one bike. We know he's got more. He's got to have more than one. I'm pretty sure he built more than one. But unfortunately, yeah, there's more here now. EMP Blast comes down, somehow misses the bikes, and will not actually kill one of his bikes, so he gets one of his own. These bikes coming down, the splash is enough to kill those squads there. We'll take them out. So yeah, not able to penetrate to the harvesters there, Futurama. Not able to get in to the juicy center. He has 3 harvesters at his disposal. The 4th harvester is coming out now. Another structure is on the way. Lidoon has 3 harvesters. 4th harvester, I'd imagine he's a little bit behind. And these EMP blasts must be getting annoying by now. Again, he landed one on these buildings as well. He's going to clean them up now. I have a feeling that Lidoon's vision is not that fantastic. Futurama sees what he needs to. Lidoon can see basically just the extent of his base, and that's going to be it for him. He's going to redeploy. That's just close enough to get the refs down, but you want to make sure you have enough distance between them to not get clicked in the late game. Futurama Russian will power that refinery down to get the harvester refining as quickly as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4 harvesters on the main. Needs one more to get full saturation. Scouting squad getting cut off. Lidoon still sitting in the dark. He's under complete power outage right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 harvesters. Second war factory comes down, and it's at the main. He's trying to hide that. Futurama Russian. He's not going to see a ref. Not necessarily expecting a ref just yet. But he's going to go into the main, and he's going to confirm that it is, in fact, the second war factory. It doesn't even matter because he's got another scout there, and this Raider Buggy comes in. This Raider Buggy will be destroyed. Not necessary to send it in since he already had a scout there, but you know what? Just to make sure. He's going to lose it, but I mean, he got the information. He knows it's a double war factory off one base, and he knows it's an all-in because he almost certainly can see that the MCV is now gone or sold, or that there is a unit there not producing anything, not producing a second refinery, which is what Lidoon wants him to produce. Wants him to spend money on economy so he can overrun him. But Lidoon doesn't really have enough here, does he? Oh my god, Futurama just has enough to defend this. And Lidoon not getting cost-effective trades there. This is not going very well at all. That EMP blast misses, unfortunately. Futurama Russian not being baited into that. Lidoon needs something to stab Futurama in the back right now, because if the game keeps going, he's going to be a lot of trouble. Lidoon does have some forces down here. He's just going pure bike as well. He's going pure bike. The problem with pure bike, yes, it's very damaging. It does a lot of damage, but you can't take a lot of damage. And Futurama Russian is just going to overrun this. There's a few Raider Buggies down there now that are joining the fight, so no, not actually able to overrun this. Futurama will have to back off here. Obviously, it's much harder for Futurama to reinforce. He's got to cross the map in order to actually reinforce, and he did build a second refinery. Lidoon has just surrendered. So Lidoon has surrendered in this game, so unfortunately, yeah, Lidoon is going to go 2 down, or 0-2 in the series. Only 4-minute 55, only a 5-minute game. I think Lidoon just felt that he couldn't get back from that position. I mean, he could have kept fighting. It wasn't solely over, but I guess he feels in the nod mirror he doesn't want to fight from such a huge deficit there. It wasn't terrible, but yeah, with double ref on the expansion, Futurama's economy would have got out of control. So Futurama takes a very easy game 2. He now leads the series 2-0. Are we going to see a reverse sweep, or is Lidoon going to take to the ace match, or are we going to see a wipe? It would be a very short video if we see a wipe in this series, and I'll be on to the grand final before you know it. But game number 3 is coming up right after this one. Okay guys, welcome to game number 3 in semi-final B of Nicesir's 1v1 random only tournament here. Futurama Russian has a 2-0 lead and is staring down the barrel at that grand final. Can Lidoon do something to bring it back? Game 1 was fantastic. Game 2 was a really unfortunate for Lidoon there. We are on Smashed Dust Bowl. That's right. Smash Dust Bowl. Haven't seen Smash Dust. Extremely popular in the day, but yeah, it seems to have taken a bit of a back seat in more recent times. We have Lidoon Tiger. Lidoon. Just Lidoon. Over here playing as the Steel Talons Forces. It means Futurama Russian is going to be the black hand. Yeah, he's the hand which is black, and he has to run to his spike, but that's fine. He's going to get there. There's no time to dig a foxhole. He's just, yeah, look at that. Even pulls the engineer back, because sometimes you can just try to suicide to snipe it down, but he even pulled that back. So not going to get that, and Lidoon's going to be able to secure his spike. That's fine. He's got 2 extra squads here and a 3rd in the building, so he's going to try to go down and scout Futurama Russian. Futurama Russian knows if he clicked on the rifleman unit that he's up against Steel Talons. Again, if this is an operation... Is this an operation center? Yeah, this is an operations center. He's going for an operations center now. Of course, it's hard to flame rush. Like, it's just so hard to flame rush Steel Talons because of the Titan. It just shuts everything down extremely hard. But he's going to go for it anyway. Maybe he won't expect it. We have the upgrade on the power plant here. Both squads know. Just one squad was taken out. Lidoon, not too sure what's going to happen here. We'll be fine. Oh, look at that. Yeah, Futurama doesn't want to wander into that structure. This other squad will try to make it away. Look at that. He even switched targets to try to shoot or damage that squad because he knew he could kill this one. But yeah, nonetheless, it's going to be hard. Like, whatever this is building, it could be going for another harvester. I mean, we're going to see flame tanks out. Can he see that flame unit there? I think the game is up. I think the jig is up here. I think he can see the flame unit. Almost certainly there is a flame tank somewhere. Or is this a complete fake? I've seen the Russian players do it where they fake out the flame rush. They build the operations center and then just sell it. And then, yeah, obviously that's bad economically, but because the other player builds all these units, it actually ends up really good. And I don't think, is Lidoon taking the bait? That's the question. Lidoon is not taking the bait. He's not bait taking right now, and he's getting some damage on this Black Can squad. It's really going to be hard for that Rifleman squad to actually kill that. Futurama not paying attention. He's paying attention now. Look at that, trying to de-garrison, trying to dance around that garrison. And look, he gets away as well. Oh my god. And I don't think he's going to bother turning around. Lidoon going to take the middle field. So again, not at all shook by the presence of a flame unit. It's almost as if he knows that's just a complete fake. 6 harvesters are now out, and he's got scouts here. He knows there's nothing here. Yeah, he knows there's a Black Can squad down, but he obviously, unless he had better vision than I thought he did, you know, we got an MRT coming out. Lidoon, yeah, Lidoon really just, I mean, you can see this now, but not from beforehand. We got some bikes coming out. He's going to get that harvester. Oh, that's unfortunate. That had blue Tiberium in it as well. He should be able to get one bike. He's going to get one bike. The other bike's going to get away. I was going to say the MRT is pretty unusual, but that's obviously to kill the Black Hand squad. Well, it should be able to repair the pitbull as well. Going to keep an eye on Futurama Russian here. Futurama Russian now is going for Disciple. He's going for the Disciple upgrade. He's going to take the blue tib. There's a little bit of crystal there, probably just enough to warrant it. MRT is going to drive through the Black Hand squad, but with the self-repair, I think he should be okay. I mean, the Rifleman squad inside obviously isn't terribly... Is there a Rifleman squad in there? He's not actually shooting at the Black Hand squad. I'm not sure if there is a Rifleman squad. I thought there would be. Oh, look at that. Futurama Russian is now the one who's caught out in the center, and he will lose his harvester. So blue tib is a no-go zone for both these players. There is actually a Rifleman squad inside that MRT, so he's actually going to do some damage. The bike is trying to focus him down. I don't think he's going to get him. The MRT, of course, can just continue to self-repair. Look at that, just managing to sneak out of there. There you go, obviously a unique unit to Steel Talons. We usually see them in flying MRT Ox V35s. He's actually doing really well. He's got double ref down. There's not an extra harvester there though, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't quite have the saturation you'd want for that expansion. Futurama Russian only has 1 ref down, and he's already got his infantry upgrades. Is he pushing? He's going to push. Does he have AP ammo? Oh my god, AP ammo is a long way away. He's got at least 45 seconds before that completes, and depending if the money is stalling, looks like there's a little bit of stall happening here from Lidoon, but these pushes are really dangerous if you don't have AP ammo. He's trying to build some Wolverines down. He's already pre-deployed some towers. You'd want some towers down already, especially if you think they're going to push in, because trying to build the tower wall when they're already attacking you is really hard. You want to have some down. He's just going to sell them off. He's confident enough that that's not going to pose too much of a threat. He's probably going to be okay. There is some units here, but it's really just trying to keep Lidoon busy while he secures other parts of the map. AP Ammo will almost certainly finish up before there's any engagement. If Lidoon is smart, he's probably just going to wait until that is done before he makes a push of any kind. Tech Center is down. There is an upgrade coming. Not sure what he's got planned. What could he possibly have planned there? Maybe he's going for... Does he have pit bulls? He does have pit bulls. It could be mortar upgrade. They're not going to like... Yeah, they're not going to see those infantry pull back straight away. You don't really want to drive through that. You're just going to take a lot of losses. You're not going to get through and cause enough damage. The Wolverines are now starting to move out, shooting these guys in the back. One of the best anti-infantry units in the game, the Wolverine, but of course, just like other Tier 1, Tier 2 units, they can be overrun if you've got enough. You know, they definitely can be overrun. They don't have a lot of health on them, you know, but again, if they're not being shot at, they can output such a huge amount of damage. It does take the spike down, so Lidoon here with the mortar upgrade, trying to find a hole. Oh, he might have found a gap there, but the bikes are responding now. The bikes are like, all right, cool, we got to try to trade so they don't get in. And the pit bulls are going to get in. Fires the mortars down. Should be able to get one harvester kill at least. He's going to get that one harvester kill. He's going to back up. He's going to be shooting at bikes. I mean, he can overrun the bikes before he needs to start shooting harvesters, but at the same time, it's not a lot of durability there. Getting splashed down. I mean, he mortared himself a little bit. The Wolverines are making a move in the middle. Now, they are cleaning up a lot of the infantry. That structure is popped. A lot of AP ammo here. Mammoth tanks with adaptive armor. Wow, he's got adaptive armor already done as well. So there you go. Now starting to move through this base head area. Wherever the Wolverines now moving in, cleaning up. They're just cleaning house. There's no way the Black Hand infantry can contend with that many Wolverines, AP ammo, rifles, everything like that. There's mammoth tanks coming up behind it as well. Is he going to be going for railguns, I wonder? And look at this. There is an expansion over here. Just remember, no sonic emitters, 4 steel talons. He realizes this is there. He's going to turn around. He's going to need some obelisks, but he's got 2 mammoth tanks. He might want to convert into. He's actually going to split off the AP ammo units while the remainder fire at these units here. He might want to go into Behemoth if I was Lidoon. Behemoth spam might be the way to go. Behemoth spam with all this AP ammo. Quite powerful. Battle marker up. Oh my god, a click comes down and there's nothing to defend this area. This is just game breaking right now what's happening to Lidoon back there. Can he get the MCV? He's got 3 mammoth tanks. He doesn't have any railguns. It's not coming because the MCV is... Sorry, not the MCV. The tech center is gone. Look at that. Oh, the harvesters, there's 2 harvesters remaining, and he lost his ref as well, and there's infantry now pouring through the front door. These guys, I mean, his economy just got destroyed, and that's the harsh reality of playing as GDI. You can't afford even one of those types of attacks because other factions can withstand punishment like that and recover or have units that can be really cost effective, but GDI, you wreck their economy in an attack like that, and that's basically the end of the game. He's got 2 more mammoth tanks here, not actually using the adaptive armor. Whoop, just bumped my mic. He will drop that obelisk down now, but again, he doesn't have any AP ammo left. It's just pit bulls and mammoth tanks. He can use the mortar ability to try to destroy these and just crush them. Battle markers over here now. He's got just nothing here. He's trying to produce combat units. He doesn't actually have any harvesters remaining, and it's just a matter of time before Futurama can deal with this. These obelisks are going to keep getting popped over and over again. Adaptive armor comes down. It's a little bit too late. He's not really going to save these guys. He's trying to back up from this area, but I mean, even if he destroys this Redeemer engineering facility, then what? You know, he's losing his forces. Oh man, that's really unfortunate for Lidoon because he looked so good in this game. He had these units down here, and then all of a sudden all of his harvesters were destroyed. You know, if they hadn't been destroyed, he would have cleaned the whole field up by now, and he could have had Behemoth and all sorts going on at the field, and that would have been fine. But yeah, as a GDI player, you take one bad hit on your economy like that, and it just ends the game for you. You really got to have eyes out and make sure you can defend against that. It's not like other factions, again, where they can withstand that or they have an easy out. And we can see that in the resource graph. A flat line right there. It was fine up until here. If this kept going, he could take that field out. He could have taken Futurama's field out, I reckon. He could have overrun him. He could have built behemoths, war factories there, continuous reinforcements. Futurama didn't have much. You know, he didn't have much there. He was even losing to the small amount of units Lidoon had. So, but unfortunately for Lidoon, the back end of the series didn't go the way he wanted. Game 2 was obviously really unfortunate for him. Couldn't get the traction he needed very early on. That game, the first game and this game were much better. But again, unfortunately, taking that hit with the harvesters there. But yeah, game 1 was definitely the best of the series. I think that was a really good game to watch. We can see there about 20 grand more than Lidoon, but of course, again, that flat line came there. But Futurama will be going to the grand final of Nicesir's 1v1 random only tournament here. He will be facing the winner of semi-final A, which has already been casted, so you guys probably already know who's going to be in there if you've watched that. Stay tuned to my channel. We'll see you in the grand final. Well done to Futurama. Well done to Lidoon for having a good tournament. I'm Green Zero. I'll catch you all in the grand final.